together, holding hands and holler. In all black, it's like life.
All we do is win.
You riding or what? Cause we riding tonight. Now you riding with me cause you wasn't.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Heat in the kitchen, pot on the stove, water getting boiled, being sold, Snoopy in the hootie system.
And during the few moments that we have left, we want to talk right down to earth in a language that everybody here can easily understand.
The cult of personality. I know your anger.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Los Angeles Clippers at Staples Center. Well, for the Clippers, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. 10 years ago, nobody would have seen it coming. But the Warriors and the Clippers has become one of the premier rivalries in all of sports.
Are you serious? All of sports?
Not really. In the NBA, in the Western Conference of the NBA.
All right.
You know what, Kenny, I agree with him. This is still a pretty heated matchup. Almost every game you see some over-the-top emotions. Blake Griffin, Andre Iguodala flying, flopping around. Don't forget the division standings, too. That's always a factor when they play. Who wants to be on top?
I'll tell you, my grandfather would not be looking at this saying, if I told him right now, the Clippers and the Warriors.
Here in Los Angeles as 2K Sports presents our action live from the Staples Center. Last game for the Warriors, they pick up the W against the Sacramento Kings.
And it says a lot about you that even when you're not at your best, they definitely were still in that game and able to win comfortably.
Greg, they were better than the box score might indicate because they were solid in execution, more so than the stats would show.
Now Golden State's starting five. Barnes and Green are the forward set. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. And it's Ezeli in at the five.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Here's Barnes, and it's blocked by Stevenson. And they'll keep possession. Golden State on D. It's a 5-point game. Redick dishes to Paul. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Jordan kicks to Griffin, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Warriors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
Jordan kicks to Redick. From deep. No good. The Warriors go the other way with it. It's Thompson off the drive. Curry against Stevenson. Green inside the three-point line. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, the inability to make threes in that game because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
Ball against Curry. Pass to Barnes. Outside, Green. Curry attacking, and it's blocked by Jordan. But they'll get another chance. Shot clock at 3. Barnes can't get it to go.
And if they know what's good for him, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball into three-point territory.
And you're right there, Clark, because anything less than lockdown defense on him is going to result in a triple.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, kept alive. Griffin passes to Redick. Griffin down low, headed by Green. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, you see Blake Griffin, and he is known for his huge dunks and ability to score, but he is a very well-rounded power forward. He's one of the best power forward passers in the league.
He's off on the first. And for Griffin in his passing, often you'll see him set up teammates, Greg, for easy looks and dunks.
And with the amount of times that teams have to double team Griffin, that's huge. I mean, even when he's not scoring due to defenses focusing on him, he can still impact the game with his passing. And for all of the improvements he's made to his game, one wonders why Blake Griffin isn't a better shot blocker. I mean, he clearly has the motor and the athleticism. For some reason, over his first 5 seasons, he's averaged only a half a block per game.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
To the inside. It's tipped. Ezeli kicks to Thompson. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Barnes has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And regarding Griffin's low block shot numbers, for some guys, they simply lack a certain field part for blocking shots.
Yeah, you know, there's something about the aptitude for shot blocking that sometimes is understated. Just because you're a high flyer in the front court doesn't mean you're going to block a lot of shots.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, you can't give him that kind of a position in the post.
Oh, without question. I mean, when he gets it in that tight and that close, that's easy. Real easy.
Now here's Griffin. He's got 5. Jordan. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Here's Curry, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Chris Paul picks up that one. Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. An MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us, and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And that's now 7 points for Blake Griffin. Golden State's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. They kick it out to Green. Takes the 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
And with Curry winning his first NBA MVP award, he played the fewest minutes by an MVP in league history, mostly because his team was up by so much he got to sit a number of fourth quarters.
Now Pierce, following the miss by Draymond Green from deep. 6 on the shot clock. 11 feet away. Again, Los Angeles.
A delicious dime from Chris Paul there.
56 seconds left to play in the first.
And with Curry and the MVP, there was some pressure with Harden. Relatively close voting, but Curry was the clear winner. Hard to argue with the season he had, leading his team to 67 wins last year.
Crawford kicks to Paul. And another 3 for the Clippers.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Now here's Spates. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And it's Paul penetrating. Up top, Griffin. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Livingston dishes to Green. 3-pointer. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Green. And it's 7 points for Steph Curry.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time.
And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, he told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her rip.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Iguodala, the 3 with Barnes, the stretch 4. Livingston is out there with Barbosa, and it's Spates in at the 5 spot. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
It's tipped. Crawford passes to Redick. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Crawford outside. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Now, I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Barbosa kicks to Iguodala. Fires for three. Barbosa's shot is off.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Stevenson's checked in, and then for Golden State, Ezeli's checked in for Iguodala. And it's Klay Thompson in for Sean Livingston. Stevenson dishes to Redick. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Redick's got 9.
You got to respect a player who can knock down shots like that, even with the defense right up in his jersey.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Johnson, the pass to Smith, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Here's the Clippers. They're on a 13-4 run.
And Maurice Spates last season with the best year of his career. I mean, he shot the cover off the ball and did a nice job on the boards as well.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Here's Ezeli, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3. Greg, you were just talking about Mo Spates. Clark, he has a great mid-range jump shot.
He does, and they actually call him Mo Buckets. But he actually played so well last season, they even threw in Mo VP from time to time.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Aldridge. Griffin comes in for Smith. Pierce is checked in for Wesley Johnson. And it's Paul in for J.J. Redick.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Guys, you got to love the versatility of Klay Thompson. He provides so much at that 2-guard position.
Well, he can defend 3 positions, Kevin. And offensively, he does everything you want done from the 2-guard spot. He can play with or without the ball.
And Thompson's certainly in the conversation for the best two-way shooting guard in basketball. There's really not much he doesn't do well.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for that's really paid off for them during the run.
Pierce kicks to Stevenson, and it's Ball top the key. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. Curry with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it, the fast break chance. Nobody near Barnes. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And Thompson's much more active running the pick and roll lately. A great pocket passer, and of course, the defense has to stay glued to him because of that ability to knock down shots.
Knocked away. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Ezeli, and Griffin sends it back. And they'll keep possession. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
You know, the Warriors took some flack when they passed on the chance to trade for Kevin Love. But I really think that the rise of Draymond Green as their stretch 4-man made the decision even better and also kept their cap situation far more flexible.
Griffin's shot is off.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Curry dishes to Barnes. Outside Curry. To the middle. And stolen by Jordan. And here's the fast break. Here's Paul. Dishes to Stevenson. And Thompson sends it back. And now Barnes running the floor all by himself. And Jordan sends it back. Curry, good.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game, now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you got to play freely and with confidence. Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Golden State also making some changes. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Warriors trail by 5. Here is Livingston. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Off the left rim and out.
High-quality shot. Just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S8.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Clippers lead by 5. And now let's catch up.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet. The first quarter was all about Blake Griffin. He had 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block. And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Griffin just having a terrific game. 13 points and a block.
And we really just need to take a second to appreciate the all-around effort he's put out there today.
Well, the numbers paint the picture, and he has been what we call in my vernacular, you know where I'm going here, guys, stat sheet stuffer supreme.
Oh, supreme. So that takes it to a whole another level when you get supreme in terms of your stat sheet.
And Kelloggese, right? And
yes.
Kelloggese. Chris Paul and J.J. Redick are the guards. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Stevenson in its small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
So they take the lead. And it's 6 points for Klay Thompson.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Warriors have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime.
Last season, the Clippers came away with the 3rd seed out west. They were very tough in conference and managed to get 37 of their 56 wins against Western Conference teams.
Pierce is checked in for Lance Stevenson. Spates checked in for the Warriors. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Here's Paul. The Warriors pull it in. As you said, for the Clippers, 37 wins last year against the rest of the West. That total was the second most against the rest of the West among any team in the league. Trailed only Golden State in that regard.
And you know what? They played the top West teams tough as well. One of only 3 Western Conference teams to be over 500 against the rest of the playoff teams from the West.
Los Angeles on D. Took him no time at all on that one. 14 points for Steph Curry.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
They get the rebound. The Warriors leading. Here's Barnes, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Redick passes to Pierce. And it's Spates with the rebound.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's Barnes. Great D that time from Griffin.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feel.
Curry kicks to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Down low. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Green. Green's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Some changes for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Barnes, and it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. Paul kicks to Pierce. And count it. 2 points with a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
Wesley Johnson's checked in for Los Angeles, and the call goes against Wesley Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. Los Angeles making a switch here. Crawford's checked in. And here are the Warriors now. They lead by 1. Curry, good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Golden State's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
And guys, Andre Iguodala entered this league as an athlete with raw skills. And bit by bit, though, he refined his game over the years, except in the one category, free throw shooting. In that one area, he was much better over the first 5 years of his career than he has been the last 5.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Smith has checked in. And we were talking about Iguodala's free throw shooting. It really is a miracle. He's become so efficient, Clark, in every other area of his game. But last year, in his 11th season, he shot the 2nd worst percentage of his career.
Sometimes, Kevin, it's simply a matter of confidence. You miss a few and it gets into your head, and before you know it, the harder you're trying, the worse it gets.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pierce.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
The Warriors making a switch here. Livingston's checked in. It's Curry with the drive. Over in the corner, Livingston. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Clippers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the 3rd quarter. 4 of 8. Crawford's shot is good.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Curry kicks to Spates and stolen by Jordan. It's 2-on-1. On up the court. Now the dish to Redick. Pierce for 3. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a 3-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
Well, Paul Pierce hinted that he could hang him up soon. He had that amazing run. Has nothing left to prove in the NBA. And I would say of all the players in last year's playoffs, had some of the most dramatic individual shots we have seen from one guy in a long time.
He did, and you know, you forget he's done that really over the course of his entire career. Just kind of funny to see him doing it in a Wizards jersey. But you talked about it. He's going to go down as one of the all-time greats, no doubt about it. So many big moments over the course of his career. And also, for all the kids out there, the best maybe footwork we have in our game, if you want to improve as a player, watch Paul Pierce's footwork.
That's good. 59 seconds left in the third quarter. Curry against Redick. Left side Curry. Passes it to Spates. That misses off the backboard.
Not really sure what he was thinking about on that shot. That is not high IQ basketball.
Not at all. I mean, he shouldn't even have considered taking that shot. Just a poor choice there.
32 seconds left to play in the third. Curry dishes to Spates. And that's collected by Smith. Smith's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. So both teams making some changes here.
I'm putting you in. Let's go.
Warriors trail by 6.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
Outside Curry. Dishes it to Livingston. Back to Curry. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the...
All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Clippers leading by 4, and Golden State looking at who they've got. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Ezeli is out there with Green, and it's Barbosa in at the 1. Here's Stevenson, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
In the corner, Smith with it. 6 on the shot clock. Deep 2 from Crawford. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Stevenson. And Green slams it in.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for a man.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Here's Pierce. Gets himself open and drills it. Pierce has got 10 points here in the second half.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch.
Barnes kicks to Thompson. Good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And there's the feed to Griffin. It's stolen by Green. Now Barbosa. Out to Thompson to take the lead. That one goes. Count it. Thompson's got 5 points now in the quarter. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Warriors.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
And here is Barbosa. To the middle and stolen by Redick. And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball, and it's denied. The drive by Green. Poked away. To the paint. Here's Paul. Nice pass. Right into the rack perfectly for the layup. And it's a 3-point Los Angeles lead. Warriors have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that. And Paul with a clear path to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. And the Clippers lead by 5. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Clippers.
Boy, their hounding, harassing efforts at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
And Stevenson's checked in for Pierce. Spates checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Leandro Barbosa. It's Curry with the drive. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
And the wide open shot from Redick. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Talk about a terrific stroke. I mean, the defense was hoping that a 3-ball that deep was not going in.
Yeah, but when a guy shoots it like he does, you have got to still be able to contest.
It's Curry with the drive. The 3 from Barnes. Another 3 for Golden State.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
Paul kicks to Redick. Banked in off the glass. Redick's got 19 points.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Thompson passes to Spates. Outside for Curry. The 3. Oh, he got hacked on the 3-pointer. He'll head to the line.
You know, Curry is playing extremely well. 22 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one. Not with so much riding on.
Paul kicks to Redick. 1:37 left to play in the final quarter. To the left side wing. Shot clock at 5. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And it goes on Draymond Green.
Wow, that is a strong move there to go in for the dunk.
And I like the job the defense did to not let him have it. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half. And that's taking care of business, fellas.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're losing by 5. 1:27 left in the fourth quarter. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. Despite the deficit, he told his guys, I've got confidence in you. We've had our backs against the wall before. You know what we need to do. Kevin, can they retake the lead?
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're leading by 3. We've got 1:23 left to play here in the fourth. Paul against Thompson. Paul right side. Up top, Griffin. Goes up on the high post. Green with the block. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. Back to Curry. Can he keep it going? Shot is no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And Stevenson kicks to Griffin. Redick with it. Now Green defending. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Griffin. That doesn't go either for Griffin. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Curry with the drive. And the wide open shot from Green. Count it! A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to them.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Paul Pierce is checked in for Los Angeles. Here's Los Angeles now. Paul with the ball. Outside Pierce. It's Redick on the wing. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there. And what great competition we're seeing so far. After regulation, the stalemate. And we'll see now how these two teams and these few minutes of basketball pan out. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. Curry passes to Green to take the lead. Ezeli can't get it to go. L.A. has gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Johnson with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Griffin goes in. That is good. Griffin's got the first points here in the overtime period for the Clippers. The Warriors trail. Outside Curry. On the wing, Green. He feeds it to Ezeli. Johnson against Barnes. Green in the post. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Guys, he's one of the main reasons this game is tied up. I mean, he's done his part to keep them in it.
Paul kicks to Jordan. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. And it goes on Draymond Green. So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead. And Stevenson's checked in for Wesley Johnson. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
Green with the ball. And Griffin picks him up defensively. Thompson for the triple. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Griffin's got 6 rebounds now in the game. He drops the first one and to put them up by 2.
Looking at the game for Paul, he's got 8 points and 8 dimes. Whether it's making the tough pass or coming up with the steal, he's been able to do it.
You're right on with that. He's had a great feel, really, for his teammates as well as the opponent.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Pierce is checked in for Lance Stevenson, and J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. Thompson against Paul. He kicks to Redick. Back to Paul. Connects in the foul line jumper. And the Clippers lead by 2.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Green against Jordan. Ezeli dishes to Green. Golden State moving the ball around. Count it! And he'll have a chance for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. Stolen by Thompson. And it's the Warriors on the break. Moving it up. And Jordan sends it back. Now here's Paul. Redick for 3. It's rebounded by Curry.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Jordan the screen. Shoots off the screen. Ooh, offline. Green the pass to Curry. Will count. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. Another tie. Welcome back. Tremendous battle so far. We're going to keep this one going. And here is Los Angeles now. That's a 2 from Paul. Here's Jordan, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it. The Warriors shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Outside Curry. On the wing, Thompson. 5 on the clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Curry. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Redick inside the line. Out to Smith. And the pass to Redick. To the wing on the left. Paul left side. Paul can't get that one to fall. And so here is Golden State. Puts it up. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Thompson. Curry's got the game tied up here for the Warriors.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Los Angeles making a switch here. Stevenson's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Spates checked in for Ezeli. Griffin attacking. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
Pierce is checked in for the Clippers. Here's Curry. To take the lead. Good on the first, and that gives them the lead. Festus Ezeli, he's jacked in for Maurice Spates. And so he drops them both. It's a 2-point ball game.
Needed those and got them. Terrific job at the line under pressure.
Jordan. And the rejection by Ezeli. Curry kicks to Barnes. To the inside. He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Here's Griffin to the inside. And the wide open shot from Paul connects. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Well, Paul's got them dropping right now for sure.
Curry against Paul. Outside Curry. Pass to Barnes. Inside. Outside for Curry. And that one comes up a bit short. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Feeds to Jordan. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Paul goes in. Here's Griffin. Yes!
Well, you know what? Griffin's got him falling in right now. That's for sure.
Outside, Green. He dishes it to Ezeli. Deflects the pass. Pierce with the steal. Misses the shot. So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. Clark, a double overtime game can really take its toll on the players. And after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
Yeah, exactly. But I tell you what, they showed me the heart of a champion here in this one.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Chris, congratulations on winning this one in overtime. What does it mean to play a game like you did in front of this home crowd?
It's a good team we just beat. You know, without this crowd's energy, we might not have pulled through in overtime, but this is a really good win for our team.
Chris, thank you so much. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And coming up next, the postgame show with Ernie Johnson, Shaq, and Kenny the Jet.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan J.J. Redick. What'd you think, Shaq?
They were riding a 2-game losing streak coming to this game and could not afford to drop 3 in a row. He rose to the occasion for them tonight, big time. They needed this sort of performance from him. He took his game up a few notches. Love it, Ernie.
When you're having a night shooting in the high 50s, you're being efficient with your shot selection. He played smart basketball tonight, really made each possession count. He was the difference maker.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast of the Pacers live from Indianapolis, Indiana. Welcome, folks, and thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us here at 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside Doris Burke. And with the road trip approaching, the Pacers will play the final game of their homestand. They've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
And seeing where Indiana is, they've never been able to take that next step this season and really break away from the pack.
And, you know, they're running out of opportunities to finally make that surge, partner. They're leaving themselves in a tough position in terms of the playoffs.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Defensive-minded Green and Leonard are the wings. Duncan out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Parker in at the 1 spot. And the basket good. Leonard's got his team on the board to start the game for the Spurs.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now, here's George. He had a 36-point outing in the last game against Miami. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Tim Duncan picks one up. Everyone understands the importance of Paul George to the ball club. That's why taking his offensive game to the next level would be so beneficial.
Yeah, he has all the physical tools, the instincts, and obviously he has made those strides. But if he wants to become a top 5 guy, he's still got a little bit of work to do in terms of his game.
Now here is Aldridge. He's coming off a 16-point game against Charlotte. Can't hit from in close.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
That bucket in no time at all. Ellis has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Indiana on D. It's a 3-point game. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And the thing I took away from that one was just how valuable their guys coming off the bench were.
I thought the reserves were the difference in the game, Greg. I mean, a lot of the scoring came from the bench.
Leonard with the steal. And now in transition is Parker. Here we go. And it's Leonard with the jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense as is displayed right there. And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, that was nice.
No doubt. There are assists, and then, guys, there are assists.
And he gets the bucket.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
From deep, Green. The shot no good. And Indiana will go the other way with it. Hill has the open look. Off target from 3-point range. There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That is his first foul of the game. San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Everyone knows about the Paul George injury from last year and how it affected the Pacers. He said almost the entire season, and there was no doubt they missed him.
Yeah, and when George came back, Kevin, the Pacers got hot, but they had to put him on a minutes limit. And it wasn't just George, though. The team as a whole had a lot of injuries during the course of the season.
Here's Hill, following the score by Tony Parker. And the rejection by Leonard. Clock is at 3. And it's Ellis penetrating. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Ellis has got 5. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Aldridge can't get it to go.
And, you know, as you said, the Pacers did have problems with injuries. The team roster missed 219 games due to injury. So compare that to the 69 games missed by the Pacers in 2014. Big difference. That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
They grabbed their own miss. Kicks it out to Leonard from past the arc. And it's Miles with the rebound. But they get it back. There's the foul. It's on Mahinmi. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pacers. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. Lavoy Allen comes in for C.J. Miles. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Ellis. San Antonio also making some changes. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in for Kawhi Leonard.
And really, guys, the most telling part of the Pacers' injury troubles was this. Had to use 15 different starting lineups over the course of the season. Just hard to stay consistent and competitive when you are always replacing an injured player in the lineup.
San Antonio with the ball. The Pacers making the shot. Ginobili with the ball. Picked up by Stuckey, and he gets it to go. Ginobili's got his first bucket in this one. Indiana leading. Outside Hill. To the middle. Here's Allen. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And San Antonio called for the foul. It's not really a surprise at this point, but the Spurs were in the playoffs last year. 18th consecutive appearance.
Yeah, and they weren't in that usual top 3 spot, though. Although, had they won the last game, instead of being the 6th, they would have been the 2nd.
Right.
Didn't have that home court advantage, and as they went up against the Clippers, it really cost them in that 7th game.
Hill, he's checked in for George. Bonner, he's checked in for San Antonio. Leonard comes in for Daniel Green. The kick out to Hill. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And against the Clippers, the Spurs didn't have home court advantage. I mean, ended up playing a big part in that series. They ended up losing in Game 7 in Staples with some questionable timekeeping, but that's not why they lost.
Indiana's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Hill kicks to Allen. Stuckey outside. And Hill has it in the corner. To the paint. Here's Allen. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Leonard with no one around. Scored the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight. The Pacers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Stuckey drives inside. Here's Allen. West with the block. And they'll keep possession for 3. Hill. And that one's good. Hill's got his first 3 points of the game.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
Up and in on the layup.
And both teams... on fire from the opening tip.
Well, I don't doubt it, Greg. We're going to have an entertaining game.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter.
Let's take them back.
Pacers lead by 3. We've got more in store for you right after this. And talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear someone's...
I think I had that all my life. I always had...
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And, you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for Indiana, Hill is out there with LaVoy Allen. Then there's Rodney Stuckey. Then it's Hill. And it's Ellis at the 2-guard spot. Here's Leonard. Kicks it to Ginobili. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And for Manu Ginobili last season, not his best. Down in every measurable category since his rookie year. He's 37. Myriad of injuries. You know, but Greg, there's still something so special about that play.
Yeah, I mean, so much of his game is about movement. And Kevin, after 13 full seasons and factoring all of the international competition, you're going to have to start to show some wear and tear, and that's been the case for Manu.
Excellent point. He played 4 pro years overseas before the NBA. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And stolen by Aldridge.
Heads up interior defense there. He was ready for that entry pass.
And it's Leonard with the jam.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
George against Aldridge. Clock at 6. Here's Miles. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
You know, guys, getting back to Ginobili, the most concerning part about last year centers around his shooting. Down in field goal, 3-point, and free throw percentage. Just could not find the mark all season long.
The Pacers making a switch here. Mahimi's checked in.
And looking forward for Ginobili, he may have to reshape his game a little bit. Less commotion overall to try and reduce turnovers. Maybe accepting more of a toned-down role versus the callous role that he's really enjoyed over the course of his career.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Leonard, no luck.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
From deep, Miles, and he gets it to go. Miles has got 5.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And I believe what that game came down to was their ability to really knock down those triples.
Yeah, I thought the work they did on the perimeter was excellent. It was just too much for that defense, or really any defense for that matter, to handle.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
You know, it's made for one heck of an entertaining game. Even when it hasn't been the best basketball being played, it sure has been fun to watch.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. And the Spurs with some changes. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Matt Bonner. Green comes in for Manu Ginobili. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. George up top, covered by Parker. And George kicks to Miles. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. While we have a chance, let's take a look at the teams that led the NBA in rebounding last season. The Pacers in 5th.
It was really an impressive campaign for their bigs. And honestly, I think the whole team did a great job of getting bodies on bodies and controlling that defensive backdoor.
Leonard, that's for 2. It's rebounded by Indiana. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season. And Miles kicks to Mahinmi. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Indiana again missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game. The San Antonio Spurs, a team that has had such a strong core and is so disciplined, Clark, it's hard to see them struggle, even think of them struggling, even on the road.
Well, you know, last season they did have trouble at times on the road, but 22-19, still not too bad.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in. And Green with the basket on the assist by Leonard. And it's a 5-point Spurs lead. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for San Antonio.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled on.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way. And for the Spurs on the road, it was the scoring. They were so good at home, but scored 8.5 points less per game on the road. That was the biggest margin in the NBA.
Hill dishes to Mahinmi. Here is Miles, guarded by Green. Ellis. And there are the Pacers with another bucket. Spurs leading by 3.
Boy, it's been a long time since the Spurs had a losing record on the road, so there aren't any concerns for them. I mean, they've never had a losing road record since Tim Duncan was drafted. Wow, that's back to 1997.
Leonard on the wing. Outside Aldridge. Back to Leonard. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. 19 points for Kawhi Leonard.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Ellis right side. And George, here we go. Nice D from Duncan.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Howard down with both hands.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Outside for George. And the Pacers another 3.
Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And it's Parker in the corner, down low. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
Here's Hill. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Miami. And there's the call on Ginobili. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Five seconds left in the first half. Hill, no good.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. It's the Spurs up by 2. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He ended up with 9. That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about...
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a net with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
That's good point. On the court right now for the Spurs, the always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Kawhi Leonard is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Duncan in at the center position.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times. You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
And the wide-open shot from Green. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here. Tell you what, Monte Ellis is one of the best second-round draft picks of all time in the league, not just the last decade. I mean, this guy was a 5-star recruit out of high school, committed to college, but changed his mind and entered the draft, where the Warriors stole it with the 40th pick in 2005.
90 seconds now into the second half. Parker passes to Aldridge. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Pacers trail by 7. Getting back to Monte Ellis. Had he gone to college for even 1 year, I think he would have probably been a top 10 pick. But you look at what he's brought to the table over his career. Points and assists. Rebound, steals, playmaking. his production has been astounding.
You know, he's one of those unsung players. He never gets voted to the All-Star game, and never gets spoken about as one of the top guards in this league. But you look at the body of work, and you ask his competitors throughout this league, and they're going to tell you that guy's as tough as they get.
And he hits the first of 3.
You know, no doubt last year a bit of a loss for Paul George. I mean, had to sit out most of it after that gruesome leg injury in the Team USA scrimmage.
Hill, he's checked in for the Pacers. And thinking back on George's injury, still a very graphic image in everyone's mind, but he was able to bounce back.
Yeah, it was great to see him get some game time before the end of the season after that horrific injury. A credit to him. Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look. Look at the action.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Miles. For San Antonio, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Aldridge, no luck.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Ellis kicks to George. The drive by Hill. Duncan with the block.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he'd shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Parker dishes to Leonard. Aldridge against Hill. The fadeaway. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
And the basket by Hill.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
There's Green with the 3. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Green's got 9 points in the quarter. For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Turner's checked in for C.J. Miles. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. David West, he's checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Ano Ginobili's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Daniel Green. And Ginobili wide open. He shoots. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And, you know, guys, Manu Ginobili's relationship with Greg Popovich has been really interesting over the years. In the beginning, Pop obviously had a rigid system. Ginobili played with a lot more freestyle and free-wheeling nature. The two clashed heavily early on, as one might expect.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Lavoy Allen's checked in for Hill. Hill comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Ellis. Getting back to Ginobili and Popovich, everyone thought Popovich would break Ginobili of his reckless ways, but in fact, you know this, it was the opposite.
Yeah. You know, Pop recognized he had something special in Ginobili, and it ended up changing his own philosophy, I mean, which I think speaks to the greatness of Greg Popovich. I mean, he was quoted as saying, you know, he does things, Ginobili, that win games. It taught me to watch a little bit more and not be so micromanagement-like. And not sure Pop's ever said that about anybody else.
He dishes it to Diaw. It's stolen by Allen. Turner against Diaw. And the wide open shot from Stuckey. And again, it's Indiana converted.
And you can sense things now starting to tighten up. Their offense has become unstoppable.
And Greg, I'm not quite sure why it took them as long as it did to finally get things going, but as we always say, better late than never. The defender was spinning around like an agitator in a washing machine after that crossover.
I think you're right. Looks a little bit dizzy after that one.
Parker against Hill. Shoots. That's good from Ginobili on the assist from West. And now a 7-point Spurs lead. Hill against Parker. Parker with the steal. Pass to Mills. The three. Pushing it up. 1 second left. And it's sent back by Hill. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Spurs lead by 7. This as we get started for the fourth quarter. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play should begin momentarily. Pacers trail by 7. George Hill out there with Ellis. Then there's Ian Mahinmi. Then it's Paul George. And it's Allen in at the 4-man position. That's the Pacers 5.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
And the call will be against George Hill. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Allen. Green, the screen. From 13, and good. He got the English that time as it falls. Aldridge has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Spurs. Dishes to George. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Hill kicks to George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 13 points for Paul George.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Leonard, no luck. The Pacers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Ellis wide open. He drains the quick shot.
And you're starting to see some tired legs on those defenders as we come down the stretch here, Clark.
And the dunk by Duncan.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here. He shattered the backboard. I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Duncan. And they're on the break. Parker kicks to Duncan. Outside, Green. Duncan against George. The turnaround jumper. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And it's an 8-point Spurs lead.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
And George, here we go. And he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Duncan kicks to Leonard. Here's Aldridge. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard, Clark.
Yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Timeout called the Pacers.
And for Monte, it makes sense to go to him late in games. He's so fast that he can create a shot anytime he wants. And very rarely does he not give you a chance to win with just one shot remaining.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Duncan against George. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Parker outside. There's Green with the three. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Hill up top, covered by Parker. And good on the basket. Book it. And that's 19 points for Ellis.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Aldridge against George. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. San Antonio making a switch here. Ginobili's checked in. Pacers trail by 7. And it's Hill penetrating. And it's sent back by Aldridge. The second chance effort. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
George having a fantastic game. He's got 17 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Daniel Green, he's checked in for Manu Ginobili.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
And now both teams really in a groove.
This game already, guys, was high scoring, but they've really amped and ramped it up to another level down the stretch. You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
There's Green with the three. Hill pulls it in.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, it seemed like he had great rhythm on that. You can see the disappointment in his face.
They get the rebound. Outside for George. And there's the 3-second violation. Mahinmi's checked in for Indiana. Spurs leading by 6. Outside Leonard. Buries the 20-footer. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
They get a hand on it. Over in the corner, Ellis. From deep, Miles. Miles with another miss. And there's the foul. It goes on C.J. Miles. That'll be his second foul of the game. There's the three. Pacers with the rebound. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Ellis with it. Now Green defending. Leonard brings the double team for three. Hill, count it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Aldridge up on top. Shot off the screen. Kicks it out to Leonard. Feeds to Aldridge. Duncan, the pass to Parker. Aldridge with a screen on Hill. And Parker, here we go. And Aldridge slams it in.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.
So it's the Spurs now. They lead by 7. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Let's go. Indiana calls timeout.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 15 seconds left in the game. Stuckey for 3. Money! And now they trail by just 4.
Love the play there on the inbound. The defense lost contact with him, and he knocks down the triple. Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a 3-point attempt.
Yeah, unnecessary. I mean, make them earn those points from deep. Don't give them to them free at the line.
And he misses the second attempt, but one more coming up here. And he cannot get the third one to drop. Going just 1 of 3. There's Ellis with the 3 ball. Leonard missed. And so it's San Antonio with the win. A truly gutsy performance away.
Thank you, gentlemen.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet. Kawhi Leonard. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that was just huge. And the impact carried them through the entire game. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew,
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K.
I come looking for you with Haitians. I stay from good Jamaican. From different races. You get money, they started hating. I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new Bugatti. I woke up in a new Bugatti.
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. This game in Houston marks the start of the homestand for the Rockets. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So the Thunder 5 right now. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
It's Harden with the drive. And that one's good.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending it.
And for all the flash and dash in Oklahoma City over the past few years, Serge Ibaka silently goes about his business. While all eyes are on the mega stars, Durant and Westbrook, Ibaka lurks around like a jaguar. I mean, finding opportunities to exploit any weakness in the opposition.
Talking about Ibaka, he does so many things that help his team. The little things that always make a difference, even with his superb free throw shooting. Up to a remarkable, Clark, 84% last year.
Yeah, but, you know, Ibaka had an injury of his own. As much as people talked about Durant's injury, the knee soreness Ibaka had cost him 18 games last year, so that was tough for him.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Now, here's Lawson. The baseline J. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Lawson.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans have really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
Harden, it drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. And it's the Thunder with the ball. 4-point game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
And it's a tough game to lose. I mean, they actually put up a pretty solid effort, I thought. But when you're battling for a road win, even when you play hard, nothing's guaranteed.
Well, Greg, I think you've got to try to convert the positives. Take them into the momentum of your next game and use them for momentum, and then take what you did well and double down the efforts here tonight.
And the Western playoffs just, it seemed a bit amiss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
Here's Lawson following the score by Oklahoma City. Thornton dishes to Ariza. Pass to Howard. Feeds it to Lawson. Shot clock at 6. And here's Thornton outside. It's deflected, and as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. Westbrook with the steal. Durant wide open. He fires again. Oklahoma City.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Ariza, a screen on Westbrook. Here's Lawson. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
It's Westbrook with the drive. Outside for Durant. Fires for 3. Again, Durant missing.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here's Harden. It's tipped. Now here is Augustine. He dishes it to Cantor. And there's the pass to Singler. Augustine passes to Cantor. And Augustine kicks to Singler. And Capella sends it back. They get it back. Collison, no good.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
And that one's good.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for a reason.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the three. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. 1:09 left in the first quarter. And Augustine kicks to Singler. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Singler's got his first points of the game.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And that one's good.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches. He used to say, that ain't going to get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now. And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want. And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly. Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Augustine dishes to Cantor. Singler for three. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. Oklahoma City shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game. That one drops. He ties it up. He's off on the second.
And you can see that even though he ties the game up, disappointed he couldn't give him the lead.
And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yeah, that's how it looked to me, and that's the call.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Thunder lead by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And a moment now to hear from Steven Adams as he reflects back on a life growing up as the youngest of...
So, like the youngest of there has to...
Hard to imagine growing up in such a huge family, but it sounds like maybe it prepared him for life in the NBA.
Yeah, got him outside of himself and toughened him up a little bit. No question about that. Wow, 18? That's mind-boggling.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
It's all about the depth, really. The bench has been the difference. The bench play really has separated these two teams.
Yeah, it's been a huge advantage for them. That bench has really made a nice contribution.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2, Durant the 3, and Ibaka the 4. And it's Adams in at the center position.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Taking 2 shots.
And guys, KJ McDaniels, I think, has excellent defensive potential. I mean, his long arms and quick jump allow him to block a high number of shots for a 2-guard. And his overall athleticism allows him to match up against 2s and 3s. Offensively, though, he really needs work on practically every measurable skill.
High post try. It's hauled in by Adams.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. And back to McDaniels, a high second-round draft pick in last year's draft.
And, Kevin, you know, he was outperforming that draft spot through the first 52 games, but because of a one-year rookie contract, the Sixers felt they might have to overpay him, so therefore they traded him to Houston instead.
The cold, harsh economics, Clark, of the NBA, huh? And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious. You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that Greg, the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig, and Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Swiped away. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. And then Durant with the jam.
You could see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And, guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
The feed now to Adams. The basket good off the assist from Durant. And it's a 6-point Thunder lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing. Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over him.
You know, guys sometimes love proving people wrong. You know that from guys you've played with. And, Greg, this mismatch gives him an opportunity to quiet the haters and naysayers.
Yeah, okay.
Rockets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And the rejection by Ibaka.
And taking a look here at some numbers for Russell Westbrook. Last season, he played outstanding. First in scoring, second in steals, and of course, he was also top 5 in assists. With his court vision, one of the league's premier playmakers.
Yeah, and that's what made him #1 last year. You can't stop him, and you really can't contain him.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Capella. Reza comes in for Harrell. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
Last game for Houston, they picked up the win against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And I love the way they just came right out at them in that game, determined to attack the rim.
And when that strategy, Greg, didn't lead to layups, they usually wound up at the foul line. And I thought they shot an excellent percentage when they did get to the line.
There's a screen. Watson the pass to Ariza. Stolen by Cantor. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Here's Howard. That one's off. Still out of sync. Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, he looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back. Then his body betrays him.
Durant, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
And Brewer kicks to Lawson. This one for 3, and he gets it to go. Lawson's got 7 points.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
Lawson with it. Guarded now by Durant. And Lawson with the drive. It's deflected, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. Houston making some changes. Harden comes in for Brewer. And it's K.J. McDaniels in for Marcus Thornton. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Nick Collison's checked in for Ibaka. Kyle Singler comes in for Kevin Durant. Dion Waiters checked in for Roberson. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Harden, no good.
Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. Had back and knee issues. It's highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important games.
Rockets trail by 6. Harden outside. Wide open. Another miss by Harden.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
To the paint, deflects the pass, and it's out of bounds. The Thunder able to retain possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Singler dishes to Cantor. Back to Singler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Collison the pass to Cantor. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Thunder lead by 8.
Just such a good shooter from that range.
And you factor in his height advantage, it's almost unfair.
And so we wrap up.
Well, Kevin, obviously.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He ended up with... And time now to send you back down to the floor with Kevin Harlan. We will see...
And now the third quarter about to get going. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
I tell you what, he put together an entire, in that first half alone, just a collection of spectacular dunks.
An explosive display it was, fellas. They might have to get the backup rim ready if he keeps attacking the hoop like he did before the break.
They've got Howard. Harden out there with Trevor Ariza. Then it's Lawson. And it's Thornton in at the 2. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Howard kicks to Harden. Looking to end his course.
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for man. Oh, man, was that
And no
fun.
doubt about it, guys. That's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Back to Lawson. 6 to shoot. Houston needs to get a shot up. The tray. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from James Harden. Playing alongside James Harden, a lot less pressure, too, on Dwight Howard to carry the load offensively these days. It's certainly Clark made things easier for him.
Not only easier, I think it's been more comfortable for him as a secondary scorer. Rolling to the rim, crashing the offensive glass. Those are things he can do at a high level for a lot longer, I think.
The Rockets making a switch here. Capella's checked in. And Westbrook, here we go. It's blocked. Harden against Ibaka. Harden can't hit.
And listen, Howard took his share of criticism for not being more aggressive and polished scoring on the low post. The Rockets, though, a numbers-minded team. They know he's at his best as a rim runner in the pick and roll.
Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Ibaka. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And finished off by Westbrook.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Another miss by Houston.
And for Howard, really his biggest shortcoming offensively has been the free throw shooting. I mean, he averages close to 9 attempts per game over the course of his career. If he can improve that shot, boy, you talk about making a big difference in his production. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Shots good by Ibaka.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs. Beverly with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. In second, the Rockets. The Thunder in fourth.
It's all about the fast break with these two groups. I mean, they were terrific a season ago, playing at a breakneck pace. And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Beverly dishes to Ariza. Hits it from three-point range. Ariza's got 11 points.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
And that one's good. Westbrook.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
It's Ariza on the wing. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Patrick Beverly, how he performed last season. Last season put up about 10 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And for him, it's all about getting better each time he takes the floor.
And with him, I think it's a matter of focus, avoiding distractions, on the court, off the court. Becoming a pro is what it's about.
KJ McDaniels, he's checked in for Houston.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
And Durant comes to help.
Oh, look, league business clearly doing well. Franchises, values are skyrocketing, and a new TV deal kicking in next season as well. It represents the largest expansion of league revenues in history.
And Waiters kicks to Cantor. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Cantor's got 6 points.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Capella. Off the inbound pass, and the basket by Brewer. And the NBA's TV deal paying about 3 times as much per year as the previous deal.
And it's changing the math as far as the salary cap and contract negotiations go. For the fans out there, don't get sticker shock. The players expect to share in these revenues.
It's tipped. Brewer with the steal. And it's the Rockets on the break. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque. A thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And they've also worked hard to get the ball inside. They haven't just settled. And they've hit a lot of high percentage shots in this game.
Fires from 14. They get a hand on it. Oklahoma City leading by 12. 32 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Waiters no luck. Houston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam.
Clark, there's no wrong answer to that one, my friend. Sensational alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
And guys, you know what? You wouldn't know that they're the team that's actually trailing with how they were able to pull that play off.
Beverly against Augustine. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Checking in for your Rockets.
6 seconds left to play here in the third. And then Waiters with the jam.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Thunder lead by 12. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Taking a look at the Thunder, the rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2, and it's Singler in at the 3 spot.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
And the call will be against Ty Lawson. That's his first foul. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Houston. And a switch here also for Oklahoma City. Roberson's checked in. Shoots a 3. Ty Lawson pulls it in. Rockets trail by 10. Here's Harden, and he goes in for the dunk.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Here's Roberson. He's guarded by Thornton. Westbrook with a wide-open look. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Kicks it to Capella. A shot by Harden. Wide open. His 3-pointers off the mark. The Thunder leading by 10. It's stolen by Lawson. The Rockets another fast break opportunity here. 9 feet out, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 19 points for James Harden. To the left side wing. The dish now to Ibaka. And there's another one for the Thunder.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
Now a timeout called by Houston. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, Kevin McHale had some advice for the team in that last break. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
And thank you for that, Doris.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
That is good. Harden's got 14 points here in the second half.
No 3-pointers for him in that first half, but the second half, different story.
And Westbrook, here we go. Roberson the pass to Westbrook. And stolen by Lawson. Harden outside. Great D that time from Durant. Oklahoma City leading by 9. Roberson dishes to Durant. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Look at Kevin Durant, and he does have a bit of an unusual body type. Still is fairly thin, even after 8 years in the league. Yet up until last season, he'd been one of the more durable players in the league. Kind of like Reggie Miller in that regard.
Talking about Durant's physical makeup, some scouts were actually worried about his athleticism when he declared for the draft after just 1 year at Texas. At the NBA Combine, Greg, you were talking about this. He posted some of the worst numbers of all the top prospects.
He did, but I tell you what, he did blow people away with his length. 6'10", with a 7-foot 5-inch arm span. I mean, that makes up for a whole lot in this league. And as we've seen throughout his Hall of Fame career, I think it's worked out pretty nice.
I think it has to. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. It's Durant on the wing. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
What a performance from Durant here. 19 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for them. We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
You go back to before last season with Durant. He was set to lead Team USA to their tournament, but had to withdraw from the team club.
And, you know, withdrawing, Kevin, might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
From deep Harden, it's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. From outside the arc, Durant, no good.
And as competitive as Durant is, you know, it was strange to see him take himself off of Team USA. But let's face it, that Paul George injury played a big role, not only in his decision, but in a lot of guys throughout the league.
Howard's checked in for Capella. Enes Kanter's checked in for Oklahoma City. It's Durant with the drive. Here's Roberson. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. And the Thunder lead by 16.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Harden, that's good.
And, you know, Durant was not the only one affected by that injury to Paul George. To see something like that happen in an exhibition game can make anybody think twice about summer play.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
That is good. And that's now 9 points for Watson.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Westbrook drives in, and a big-time jam right there.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Thunder.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Kevin Durant. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Harden against Durant. Harden can't hit.
Well, that's a very low percentage shot. Not good basketball at all. One he probably should have passed on.
That's good.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems.
Hi, Kevin. Well, much will be made of the scoring that you had.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kevin Durant. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. And, folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille.